My name is Jeff Cook, and I'm raising $15 million to go to the international court to take the state of Tennessee and Hamilton County in the city and over 200 lawyers and 3 insurance companies, the General and Liberty Mutual and Allstate, to international court. They violated my civil liberties and constitutional rights in court. A man named Ricky Lynn Muntz hit my car and wiped out the whole right side, and he got 4 moving violations. He also had CDLs at the time, and he was never charged or never taken to court for the 4 charges. And the whole time I've been going to court for 6 years, nobody told me that. My lawyer that I had got off the case 10 days before court and kept moving around the courthouse. And anyways, that was Russell King of Denison King, and he told me it was my responsibility to bring Mr. Ricky Lynn Muntz to court after they didn't charge him, and the judge knew it, and Mr. Todd Davis, who was Ricky Lynn Muntz, his attorney, knew it, and they told me for 6 years, the judge and Mr. Todd Davis told me that if they had any questions, they could ask him at a later date, and any questions I had, they could answer. Of course, they weren't in the car wreck with me and Mr. Ricky Lynn Muntz, and so I need to take them in the Board of Responsibility in the Insurance Commission and the DNC and the RNC, because the laws here in Tennessee are for the insurance company. You have to uphill battle to prove your case because the court system's already in the favor of the insurance company. You can't mention the insurance company's name or they'll throw your case out of court. But the insurance company can twist things around and muddy up your name and reputation without any recoil for it. And if y'all help me do this, I'll show you how to actually go after these people, even after the time limit's up on your case, to make them pay for what they do. The sad thing is Mr. Ricky Lynn Muntz, got his truck fixed. After he got his truck fixed, they canceled his insurance, and then he left the state of Tennessee and went to New Mexico to live with his hospice mother. And now I was stuck trying to get him to come back because they said they couldn't find him. They didn't even look for him. I found him in 10 minutes with a friend of mine online. But anyways, I'm looking for anybody that had problems in Hamilton County court system and their case wasn't handled right, and anybody that went to court that had an 8 in the morning court, and it didn't start until 10:30 or 11 because the judge and the prosecutor and the police met and settled your case before they came in the courtroom. So anybody that had that or some other mishap in court in Hamilton County or the city of Chattanooga court system, I would deeply appreciate you to send your copies of your stuff so I can prove that it just wasn't a one-time thing or it slipped through the cracks. And we're going back from 95 to now. And maybe I can help you get some resolve on your case, maybe. But anyways, the lawyers are $2,200 to $4,800 an hour. That's why I'm asking for the money I'm asking, because it's gonna cost a lot of money to do this. And like I said, I'm the caretakers of 2 80-year-old parents, and I have no car and no job. And the lawyer told me that didn't want to handle my case. He canceled my last court date without telling me or anybody and my witness, and told me he didn't give a damn if I had a job or a car. And this is the sad thing. When the law doesn't work for one individual, it does not work for anybody else. And so we must take our court system back and say that this kind of behavior is not going to be tolerated. I had a police officer when I had a trike stolen from me from a guy that I hired to help get it. He was a black man, and the police officer told me I should have known better than to hire a black beady-eyed man. and I had to go back a second time. Of course, they promised me that would never happen again, but we don't really can't guarantee that. And then I was in court about 6 years ago when a guy from Conway, New Hampshire, went to Denver, Colorado when they made pot legal, and sent 4 bricks of pot to his hospice mother in East Ridge, which I still can't figure out how that became a state or a county issue since he sent it through the mail. That should have been federal. But he got 2 years probation and 180 days community service with 4 bricks of weed sent to his mother's house, hospice mother's house. And if he didn't get in any trouble in those 2 years, his record would be clean. And a black man that was sitting next to me, he was between 35 and 45, he went up there and had 3 blunts. The prosecutor and the judge were arguing about giving him 15 to 20 years. That's the kind of stuff that we need to stop, because Lee Davis was representing him and a public defender was representing the black man. And Lee Davis is one of the top lawyers here in Chattanooga, but still, that should have been a whole lot different. 3 blunts isn't that big a deal, where you have 4 bricks being sent through the mail. That's the kind of stuff that we need to stop. And I'll show you how to stop it if you give me a chance to take these people to court.